We've all seen questions like this show up on the internet from time to time. Questions like this make good puzzles because people tend to forget some of the math skills that they learned earlier on in their lives. For this particular question, people need to remember the order of operations, or bedmas, in order to get the correct answer. BEDMAS is an acronym to help us remember the order that we have to do operations in order to get the right answer for a multi-step problem. If we start by completing the brackets in a question first, and then move on to the exponents, then we can divide and multiply in the order in which the operations occur in the question, and then the last step is to add or subtract in the order that the operations occur in the question. And by that I mean that if the question has a division symbol before a multiplication symbol, as you move left to right, you should do the dividing first and then do the multiplying, and you'll always get the right answer. The same with adding and subtracting. So that brings us back to our problem. If we use BEDMAS in the correct order of operations to try to solve this problem, then the first step should be to complete the brackets. If I complete the brackets in this case, I'm just adding 1 plus 2, so now I can write 3 in that bracket. Now it may be helpful to write out all of the symbols for the operations that we have left to do in the question. 6 divided by 2, bracket 3, really means 6 divided by 2 times 3. So remember that in BEDMAS, the D and the M are of equal importance, and we can do them in the order in which they appear in the question. In this case, we have a division sign coming first in the question and a multiplication sign coming second. That tells us that we can take 6 divided by 2, which equals 3, and then multiply it by 3, and the answer should be 9. A lot of people will get answers like 1 for a problem like this if they don't do the order of operations correctly. Let's try a slightly more complicated question now that we're thinking about the order of operations and which operation to do first. For this question, remember we start with B for brackets. And in this case, in the brackets, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. If we rewrite the rest of the question, then we'll have everything we need to continue step by step and get the right answer. Now that we've completed the operations inside the brackets, we're going to move to the next letter in BEDMAS, which is our exponents. So we have B, E, D, and M, and A, and S. The exponent is 2, so we have 12 minus 3 times 2 squared, or 2 times 2, which is 4, and then plus 6. Notice I've changed from brackets for multiplication to a multiplication symbol in the next line. Now we're going to divide or multiply, whichever comes first in the question, and in this question we have just multiplication. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And now we move to the last operations, adding and subtracting, and they're of equal importance. And so as we move left to right in the question, we'll do whichever operation appears first. 12 minus 12 is 0, plus 6. 0 plus 6 equals 6. It doesn't have to be a complicated problem for BEDMAS to make a big difference to the final answer. One of the most common mistakes that we see in mathematics is that people tend to not know how to include a negative sign when there's another operation involved. In this case, I've got two things that look very similar. I have negative 4 squared, and on the right, I have quantity, negative 4 squared. When I say quantity, what I mean is the negative and the 4 are in a bracket, so they are considered to be just one entity, just one item. On the left-hand side of this problem, the negative 4 squared tells us to take negative and then 4 squared, which is 4 times 4. The negative is not included with the exponent. It's not negative squared, it's just 4 squared. And so in that case, I have one negative, and 4 times 4 is 16, so my answer is negative 16. On the right side, I have something slightly different. Negative 4 quantity squared, or negative 4 in brackets squared, means negative 4 times negative 4. Now, a negative times a negative is always a positive. Any even number of negatives in a multiplication or division question will always give you a positive answer. And 4 times 4 is, of course, 16. And so in both cases, I have different answers. The first question gave me an answer of negative 16, and the second question gave me an answer of positive 16, which are two very different values. And so we can see that BEDMAS makes quite a difference to our final result, even when the question is quite simple, such as just squaring one number. Now that we've had a chance to talk a little bit about the order of operations, I'm sure that it's coming back to you and you're remembering using the order of operations when you studied math previously. It's sometimes a good idea to practice the math skills that you're trying to strengthen. And one really good way to do this is to visit the website Khan Academy. The URL for this website I have typed up here for you, www.khanacademy.org. And if you type in the search bar order of operations or BEDMAS, you'll find a quiz that will provide several practice questions and tell you if your answer is correct or not. This is a really good way for you to strengthen your understanding of math concepts, is to try to find some problems to practice. Make sure that you have the answers available so you can check that you're doing them right. Khan Academy is also a very good tutorial site for mathematics for any topic. If you type in the search bar the topic that you're looking for, you'll find a short video that's very well explained, and I often have students tell me that they find Khan Academy very, very helpful. Of course, Trent offers math help also through Academic Skills. We have online help available, and you can access that by simply emailing mathhelp@trentu.ca from your Trent email address. That service is available 7 days a week, and you will generally get an answer back within 24 hours. The answer will most likely come in the form of a video similar to this one, working through the problem that you send and giving you some additional resources and instruction in that particular topic. If you feel that you would like to sit down with an instructor and get some help on math topics, you can book an appointment through Academic Skills with the Academic Skills Math Instructor by going to the website www.trentu.ca/SEP. That's your student experience portal, and you can see the calendar of appointments and book yourself into an available appointment.